Look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
What the hell is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stylosa. Welcome to the channel. And we just watched Sleepy, the awesome video he put together. Go and check him out, follow him on Twitter. He's an absolute legend. Of Moira escaping from things. We're also going to take a look at another tweet that he put out, which highlights some of the things that Moira can actually escape from. And well, spoiler alert, it's literally everything. It's crazy. All right, so what the hell are Blizzard doing here? Because Moira is just ridiculously OP on the PTR. It's crazy. So this is what they've done. Fade can now be used while stunned, and the dev comments are, Moira has always been good at healing and dealing damage, but she offers very little utility compared to the other healers. This change reinforces her evasive nature and allows her potentially save her team from area stuns such as Reinhardt's Earth Shatter. And that's the big thing there. I was like, area stuns such as Reinhardt's, that's an area knockdown. That's not a stun. And I think this is where we've got a lot of issues, right? Because what do we define as a stun? Well, honestly, if you'd asked me what a stun was in Overwatch, I would have said, I think a stun is McCree's Flashbang. I think a stun is Briggs' Bash. I don't think a stun is Reinhardt's Charge. I don't think a stun is Earth Shatter. So it's like, right, and I don't think a stun is Grav, although you could escape from Grav before anyway, but whatever, because you guys just watched me escape. We may as well have said Grav there. But anyway, you can still have escaped from Grav, so that doesn't matter. The thing here is Moira can escape from everything. Now, we were going to put a video together on this, like a Mythbuster video, and show you what Moira can escape from. But it turns out it's literally everything, so a video like that would be pointless. Also, it's impossible to do that on the PTR because there's no custom games, which is kind of annoying. So even though I know I promised you guys this video the other day, we couldn't make it because, well, we literally couldn't make it. All right, let's take a look at what Sleepy says on Twitter now. This is everything Moira can fade out of. So let's go through this because it is quite shocking, right? This basically means Moira, you should never ever get caught by anything, and you can always fade away, which is really powerful. So things Moira can fade out of. Sleep. Well, I wouldn't say sleep is a stun. Sleep isn't well, maybe it sleeps like crowd control. It knocks you down, it puts you to sleep. You're not stunned, you're not just standing there sort of dazed, right? Anyway, sleep. Anti-nade. Well, that's not a stun. So Moira can just get out of anti-nade and just remove its negative healing effect, which is a big like, what? That's actually really good. Dynamite, she can cancel the burn effect on Dynamite. Again, that's not a stun. That's a damage over time. Yet she can just remove it. It's like now she can just cleanse herself with Fade, which I guess in the lore might make sense because she turned into, well, whatever she turns into, like a ball of energy and fades away, then puts herself back together. It would make sense to lose status effects, right? But that's not what the note said. All right, okay, it goes on. Shield Bash, she can get out of. Now that one, I'd expect that, right? It'd be fine. Shield Bash, whatever. I expect Moira to be able to get out of that because it's a stun, and that's what the dev kind of comment said. Rocket Punch. Now that's like, I don't think she should be getting out of that because if you're punched by Doomfist, you've been punched by Doomfist. But then again, Doomfist is the scourge of supports. But what I will say is Moira was always decent against Doomfist anyway. But now she literally will never die to Doomfist. And that is crazy. It's crazy. Like, I know Blizzard have been trying to change up the balance, especially with Brig, because they've obviously reworked Brig and made her a healer because of the 2-2-2 meta on the PTR. But this is like, you're making Moira just more powerful. And I don't think she needed it. Anyway, let's move on. Uppercut. Again, that's a massive nerf to Doomfist there. Then we get Trap. You guys seen this at the start of the video. So this was Junkrat's Trap, so she can get out of that. Now, I wouldn't say that was a stun. It's a trap. It captures you, right? But then maybe it is a stun. But then it doesn't really matter what a stun is anyway, because you can just remove burn effects, anti-nade, and it's like, yeah, all right, okay. Flashbang. That's one I would have expected this buff to have helped with, so that's cool. May's Freeze, she can get out of, which is just crazy. And May's Ultimate as well, because of course that freezes you. Halt, she can just stop herself getting pulled by Halt. Ryan's Pin, so when she gets charged and hit by Ryan, she can get out of that. Shatter, she can just literally stand up and shatter. I think there's a clip in this video, which you guys will probably see where I just do that. Venom Mine, she can just remove that. Again, that's a status effect, so she seems to be able to cleanse herself. Pile Drive, Graviton Surge, and yeah, Graviton, I'm sure she could always get out of Graviton anyway, so I don't think that was related to this buff. And like Sleepy says, things Moira cannot fade out of: hack, EMP, and my ranked games. Right then, oh my god, we need to talk about this, because Moira is this makes Moira really good, but we've got to remember we've had 2 hero teasers, which probably means we're going to get hero on Tuesday or at least Thursday. Now, if that's true, this hero could potentially do something that Moira really needs this escape mechanism for. But my question would be, if that hero did do something like trap you in some sort of singularity or whatever, the latest speculation was maybe this new hero's abilities are gravity related, so it can sort of increase the mass of your hero, which makes you move slower. Well, then Moira could just fade out of that, or maybe there's some sort of time component where this hero can slow down time, but Moira can just fade out of that and carry on doing what she's doing. But I don't think we really need to worry about these, well, whatever this hero could be, because Moira is just so much more effective against every other hero in the game. Anyway, it's a massive buff. This is an incredible buff. I really want you guys to understand, this is a massive buff. It is phenomenal. Like, this has launched Moira to the point of, like, you can't kill her. You have to just be stupid with Moira and die. The only times I'm dying with Moira in this clip would be, I guess, if I got randomly hit by a Hanzo arrow, or my team die like this. My team are all dead. Actually, maybe I get away from this. Oh, well, it ended a round, so that's unlucky. So your team will die, so you're the only one left, in which case you'll die. Or you get hit by a random headshot or something like that, which takes you out. You shouldn't die any other time, because you have got the time to react to absolutely everything. If you get hit with Sleep Dart, you can just get out of it. If you get punched by Doomfist as you're flying through the air, you can just get out of it. If you get pinned with Reinhardt, you can get out of it. Graviton Surge, you can just get out of it. You can just escape everything. You get bashed by Brig, you can just get out of it. This makes her really survivable. And when you look at other supports, right, I think some of them have got problems. I think Zen has got a massive problem here, because Zen will just get destroyed. Moira has been given the ability to escape. Zen is, like, even right now, Zen is not the most survivable support in the game. He's still great at what he does. He's still this sort of backline artillery platform with Discord, and Discord Orb is like the reason Zen's played a lot, let's be real, and his ultimate is fantastic as well. But Doomfist jumps him, Zen's had it, right? Now, though, you've got this support who was good against Doomfist, but now he's just incredibly good against Doomfist, or any kind of aggression onto her. She can just be like, oh, whatever. So Moira was always seen as, I don't want to say an easy support, but she was an effective support to play. You could get high damage, you could get high healing. Like you see there, I got killed because I was stupid. I was like getting really aggressive and went forward, but luckily Mercy brought me back. And by the way, this is PTR. The games are beautiful on PTR because we've got 2-2-2 and roll select. And I think anybody at this point who says roll select is bad for the game, they're crazy. It will save competitive. Do I agree with it being in quick play? I don't know, but there is quick play classic mode, which just lets you play quick play anyway. So yeah, I agree with it in competitive though, 100%. You guys know that. It just makes the games more structured and better. Anyway, back to Moira. So Moira was always seen as you can do a lot with Moira, right? You can do a hell of a lot with Moira. Now, you can do even more with Moira. And because we're in 2-2-2, Moira is, she's always going to pull out a lot of healing. She's got a decent ultimate, but she should never really die unless your team all die. And that is difficult for the enemy team to do, just because you're Moira as well, so you're putting out a ton of damage. You can keep your team going. Like in this segment here, like I've killed the Hanzo because he was isolated. Then I'm running forward to put healing into my team. I'm spamming healing everywhere. I'm doing a bit of damage. I fade away from that. Okay, that's just a standard fade away. You would have just done that anyway with old Moira, trying to get the healing through, but I can't heal through the bubble. I can with the orb though, so I'm pushing forward. We're using ultimates, our team. We've basically used all our ultimates. Not the greatest plan, but whatever. So a lot of that play there was that's just normal Moira, right? I'm using the standard fade tech where I'm jumping at the end of fade to conserve a bit of momentum, so I'll go forward again, and it's all fine. The big problem is, if I'm caught out of position, I have a massive get out of jail card, and that, I think, is honestly mental, because when you look at the other supports, and this is what you have to do with Moira, Moira is a main healer. Moira is a main support. She puts out a massive quantity of healing. Mercy does this as well, but for Mercy to escape combat, well, I mean, you could argue Mercy actually doesn't, because Moira is way better with healing clumped up targets compared to Mercy. Mercy's still okay, obviously, but if Mercy wants to escape, and this was the point I was trying to make, she needs to be way more active. She needs to look around. She needs to be aware of everything that's going on. It takes a lot more skill. Moira just is like, lol, I'm just going to pop fade and I'm out of there. Now, yeah, she could do that anyway. But what I'm talking about here is when she's caught in crowd control effects, and that's what we've got to realize. This isn't just stuns. It is literally everything. And it's things with negative status effects. So what I mean by that is when you get debuffed with Annonade, you get hit with a damage over time, like the dynamite from Ashe, you can just get rid of it. The other thing is Tracer, I want to talk about. Now, Tracer is powerful. She's got a better pulse bomb. But Tracer is just, well, I think Tracer's just a little bit better. We're going to see a bit more Tracer just because of 222. So that gives a window of opportunity for Tracer to be played. Now, Tracer is going to find it pretty difficult to take out Moira. She already found it difficult to take out Moira because Moira could harass and could fight the Tracer. This is why you'd see a lot of Moira played and she'd be really strong. You see a lot of Moira 1 tricks because they could really deal with Genjis, they could deal with Tracers. Moira has always had a very strong sting in the tail for a support, so she was really difficult to kill. But now, she's even more difficult, right? Tracer may get into the back line. Tracer's got an enhanced pulse bomb, which, to be fair, doesn't matter because Moira's only got 200 health. But if you have a pulse bomb, the Moira, she would just get away from that anyway. So it's like, whatever. But it's even more difficult to lock the Moira down into a position to dive her, to kill her. And this is the other thing, right? Dive, I think, is probably going to come back because of 222. We don't know what this new hero is going to do. Maybe the new hero will shut down dive. Maybe he'll help dive. Maybe this new hero will do something to shut down Moira. We don't know. The fact is, Moira is mega survivable, guys. And it is just crazy. Like, this buff is actually insane. I don't know why they've done it because I don't think Moira needed it. It seems a really weird buff. But the only reason or answer I've got for this is we don't have the entire picture, the whole picture right now, because we are literally waiting to see what this new hero is. And if this new hero really does something that Moira needs this massive escape ability for, then okay. But the issue is it affects everybody else in such a ridiculous way. Moira simply does not die if she gets caught out, because she's only going to die if it's a lucky headshot or your whole team are dead. Any other time, Moira isn't really good. It's just, it's crazy. You've got a support who can pump out tons of healing, tons of damage, and just does not die. If that's not OP, I don't know what is. Now, the interesting thing here is I like playing Moira. And even though she's OP, well, yeah, I probably will still play her. I like playing Moira. I've always liked Moira. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, you got to let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Yeah, it is mental. It's crazy. I still can't work out why they've done it, really. It's just, I'm flabbergasted. I love that word, but I am actually flabbergasted with this. It's one of those things where it's a major, like, thonker. You're like, what the hell is it? Why have they done this? Right? It's mad. Anyway, to end the video off, there's me, look, going forward and dying. The whole team are dead. So I just rushed the enemy team and died. Look at my medals, right? I know it's PTR. I know it's a bit of a mess with SR and whatever. But, yeah, Moira, way too good now, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I've been Stylosa, this is Unit Lost, guys. And, yeah, well, looking forward to see what this new hero is. But it can't really... It doesn't justify this. This is mental. This is actually mental. Catch you guys in the next one. Toodaloo.